You walk around this building and everyone is so supportive and so excited about what is happening with the Fever.
What happens when a championship caliber player picks up the phone and makes one thing crystal clear: get me to Indiana or I'm not interested? The WNBA just witnessed something it's never seen before. A decorated veteran, a proven winner with a ring on her finger, allegedly telling her agent that there's only one destination that matters. Not New York, not Las Vegas, not the traditional powerhouses that have dominated for years. Indianapolis, the same city that was a rebuilding project just months ago. This isn't a rumor about interest or preference. Insiders are calling it a demand, a calculated power move that signals one undeniable truth. Caitlin Clark hasn't just changed the game on the court, she's rewriting the entire playbook for how super teams get built. The whispers started in the places where deals actually get made, far from cameras and press conferences. Sources close to the situation began sharing something that sent shockwaves through front offices across the league. Azura Stevens, a name that carries serious weight in championship circles, had delivered a message to her agent that was anything but subtle: get me to Indiana. This wasn't floated as one option among many or presented as a slight preference. The language being described by those who heard it was far more aggressive, with one insider characterizing it as an outright demand for a deal.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video.
Stevens allegedly made it known that her focus this offseason isn't about weighing multiple offers or testing the market. It's about positioning herself alongside Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston, about becoming part of what's happening in Indianapolis. What makes this so significant is the complete reversal it represents. For years, players chased established dynasties, flocking to teams that had already proven they could win. Indiana was a lottery team, a place where young talent developed away from the spotlight. But something fundamental has shifted, and Stevens' alleged ultimatum is the first concrete proof that the entire league's power structure just got flipped on its head. To understand why this move carries so much weight, you need to know exactly who's making it. Azura Stevens isn't some role player looking for a fresh start or a veteran chasing one last paycheck. She's a legitimate weapon, a championship-proven talent whose skill set makes her the basketball equivalent of a skeleton key that unlocks everything. Bred at UConn under Gino Auriemma, winning is embedded in her DNA. Her crowning moment came in 2021 when she played a crucial role in delivering Chicago its first WNBA title. But what makes Stevens special isn't just her resume, it's how she plays. At 6'6", she's a modern forward who destroys traditional defensive schemes. She stretches the floor with legitimate three-point range, forcing defenders to guard her on the perimeter. Imagine what that creates. Caitlin Clark running a pick and pop with a championship shooter. Defenders face an impossible choice: collapse on Clark's drive and leave Stevens open, or stick with the shooter and give the most electric scorer in the game a clear path. And she's not one-dimensional. Defensively, she alters shots and protects the rim with her length and timing. This two-way impact is exactly why her reported demand isn't just news. It's a potential game changer for Indiana's entire trajectory. This situation doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's the direct result of the most explosive phenomenon recent sports has witnessed: the Caitlin Clark effect. What Clark has accomplished in less than a year transcends basketball entirely. She's become a cultural and economic force that's reshaping the landscape for every player in the league. The numbers tell a story that sounds almost impossible. Arenas are selling out everywhere the Fever play, with teams moving games to larger NBA venues just to meet demand. Television ratings have shattered every previous record, bringing millions of new eyeballs to a league that's fought for mainstream attention for decades. The league finally agreed to full-time charter flights, a move largely credited to the immense pressure and visibility Clark generated. But here's what matters for players like Stevens. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about business. Playing alongside Clark means stepping into a spotlight that was previously reserved for maybe 3 or 4 players in the entire league. Every highlight she creates, every jaw-dropping pass she throws, puts her teammates on a national stage. That translates directly into endorsement deals, social media growth, and name recognition that can transform a career. Stevens isn't just chasing a ring, she's chasing relevance on a scale the WNBA has never offered before. While fans dream about super team possibilities, General Manager Lin Dunn is staring down a nightmare of complications that could define the franchise for the next decade. The idea of adding someone like Stevens is incredibly tempting, but the reality is brutal. First, there's a salary cap. And in the WNBA, there's no wiggle room. Every dollar is accounted for with a hard cap that doesn't bend. Signing a top-tier free agent means making painful decisions. Who gets cut? Which promising young player gets traded? Which beloved veteran walks? These aren't hypothetical questions. They're the harsh math that comes with building a contender in a league with limited financial flexibility. Beyond the numbers, there's something even more delicate: chemistry and long-term vision. The Fever have spent years carefully constructing their core around Aliyah Boston and NaLyssa Smith. They've built a specific culture centered on growth and shared development. Throwing a high-usage veteran into that ecosystem is a gamble that could backfire spectacularly. How does Stevens fit with two established frontcourt stars? Does her presence stunt the development of players who are supposed to be the future? Dunn isn't just making a roster decision. She's choosing between patience and the intoxicating possibility of winning immediately. All because her rookie just changed everything faster than anyone imagined. The game on the court is straightforward compared to the invisible politics that happen behind closed doors. Building a super team is as much about managing egos as it is about talent, and that's where things get truly complicated. The current Fever roster fought through a tough season together, building bonds in the trenches, while the entire basketball world watched their rookie sensation. They laid the foundation. Now imagine a star player arriving who allegedly demanded to be there, potentially taking minutes and shots from the very teammates who built this thing from the ground up. That introduces a dynamic that can poison the locker room faster than any losing streak. Aliyah Boston is the reigning Rookie of the Year and a franchise cornerstone. NaLyssa Smith is a former #2 overall pick with all-star potential. Their frontcourt partnership was supposed to be the future. Adding Stevens fundamentally alters their roles, their touches, their entire place in the hierarchy. History shows us that talent alone doesn't guarantee success. For every Miami Heat Big Three that dominated, there are super teams that imploded from internal friction and clashing egos. Coach Christie Sides would be under immense pressure, juggling multiple stars under the brightest media spotlight the WNBA has ever seen. Every loss becomes a crisis. Every substitution questioned, every hint of tension a national story. Whether the Fever sign Stevens or not, the damage, or depending on your perspective, the opportunity is already done. The floodgates have officially opened. This moment marks the transition of Indiana from rebuilding project to the league's most coveted destination. And Stevens' power play has sent a signal to every star player, every pending free agent, every disgruntled talent across the WNBA. Indiana is where you want to be, and the time to get there is right now. Agents are absolutely working the phones, gauging interest, exploring pathways to get their clients on this roster. Stevens created a blueprint showing that a direct, aggressive approach might be exactly what it takes to join the most watched team in women's sports. This is just the beginning of what could be a historic talent migration. Who's next? Will a veteran sharpshooter, seeing the open looks Clark generates, try to force a trade? Will a defensive-minded guard take a pay cut for a chance at a championship? The possibilities are endless and absolutely fascinating. Lin Dunn's phone isn't ringing with her making calls. She's receiving them. The Fever front office now holds leverage that was unimaginable 12 months ago. They can be selective, choosing only players who fit their system and culture perfectly. This single rumor has accelerated everything, transforming a multi-year project into a win-now juggernaut. In the end, whether Stevens actually issued an ultimatum or simply expressed strong interest almost doesn't matter. The message is already out there, loud and impossible to ignore. Caitlin Clark's influence is so massive that she's reshaping the career calculations of the league's veteran stars. What could have been seen as arrogance is now just smart business, an acknowledgement that playing in Clark's orbit is a transformative opportunity worth fighting for. The Indiana Fever are the new epicenter of the WNBA. The story everyone's following, the roster everyone wants to join. The old guard has been put on notice. A new power has risen, and the pressure now falls on Indiana to manage this golden age they've been handed. The question isn't if they'll dominate, but how they'll handle wearing the crown.
Stay locked with my channel Simply Explained for more updates.